So my business card, my phone number, so I have a 701 area code for my phone, but I have a 205 voice. Well, they can use that, and they put my 205 my 701 area code. So anybody who tried to call me, I was like, I just stopped giving a because I was like, it's the wrong number. Are we sitting right behind the like, eventually it'll be like, you've got some. I'm wonderful. How are you? You as well. Thinking of you as you're planning a new direction.
evening. Oh, I know it's been a long day, but we can do better than that. Good evening. We want to first of all say thank you to all of you who were able to come out tonight to this momentous occasion. Not only are we naming the Teacher of the Year and the alternate Teacher of the Year, but we use this night to highlight, to shine a bright, bright light on the teaching profession. It has been said that the teaching profession is the profession that makes all other professions possible. So if you know of a teacher, we want you to just take a second to think of them tonight. Unfortunately, we cannot call all tens of thousands of their Alabama names because we have to go to work tomorrow. But we do want them to know that we appreciate every single thing that they do for stepping into the classroom every day to these bright-eyed, beautiful, smart children and teaching them to become the future of Alabama. So that's what our task is tonight. We're going to start this evening by asking our Alabama State Board of Education District 5 Representative Dr. Tanya Chestnut and also President Pro Tem to come and offer the invocation for us.
Let us pray. Oh Lord, we come before you today to give thanks for the Teacher of the Year recipients in our state. We're grateful for your dedication, passion, and hard work in shaping the minds and hearts of our students. Father, we ask that you continue to bless and guide these teachers as they lead and inspire their students. Give them wisdom, patience, and strength to continue making a positive impact in the lives of those they teach. Father, we ask that their commitment to excellence serve as a shining example to others in the education field. Help them to always remember the importance of their work and the difference they are making in the lives of young people. We pray that you would continue to bless them with creativity, innovation, and a deep love for learning. May they always strive to be the best they can be, and may their influence continue to ripple out into the world, shaping a brighter future for all. We ask all of this in your Son Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Chestnut. At this time, we ask if you would please be upstanding as we post our colors. Posted tonight by the Dr. Percy L. Julian High School, Montgomery County School System, Major Herman Payne, Junior ROTC instructor.
Left turn, first. Both.
We ask that you continue to stand as we invite Terrence Baldwin Jr., H. Council, Trenham Community College, to sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light was so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Right, sir. Up. Forward. Up.
You may be seated. The presentation that you've just witnessed, ladies and gentlemen, is why we teachers do what we do, to instill the sense of American pride into our students and to give them an opportunity to show that they can and will do when the time is right. So thank you for that. We also want to thank Mr. Terrence Baldwin for that beautiful rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. As a music teacher, I was warming up my pipes over here just in case if I needed to bust out a song, but I'm kind of thankful. The musical season at my school just passed, so I need some vocal repair. I am honored at this time to introduce to you, who will take over the remainder of the program, our champion for education here in our state, Dr. Eric Mackey. Please give him a hand as he comes.
Thank you very much, and thank you again for everybody coming out to join us tonight. I have several things that I'm going to go through, and then we're going to, of course, get to the main event of the night. But mostly what we want to do is torture these people to my left by making them just sit out front and wait and wait and wait tonight. A big congratulations to all of you for being the Teachers of the Year in your local school districts and being the District Teachers of the Year. And, of course, tonight we have our 4 finalists. And we will announce the alternate teacher year and the teacher of the year. Before I say a big welcome and introduce some special guests, I do want to say a thank you to the folks who are sitting here on my right and others in the room. I don't know where Gay is. I don't know where all my teachers of the year. Are they behind me? Yes. So one of the great things about this program is that we use the past teachers of the year to help push the program forward. And so we have lots of previous teachers of the year here. They did not put themselves on the Thank These People part of the program, but I'm going to start with them. So all of our former teachers of the year who are here helping us tonight, would you please stand and be recognized? And a big thank you. There's some over here, there's some over here for their help. We really could not do it without the volunteers. And then, of course, I also want to thank, and I won't take time I've got lots of folks I want to thank, but I'm going to point out just these folks special because they do such good work. And then I have to also thank our staff starting with Ann Starks, who I do not see. Mrs. Starks, many of you know, some of you don't know. Mrs. Starks retired. The best thing you can do if you are a superintendent is find somebody who will retire but continue to do their job for no pay. And so Ms. Starks retired a few years ago, and she graciously said she would come back and continue to do the Teacher of the Year program for us, though. And I will tell you that as I travel the country and we have discussions about what we do for our Teachers of the Year, there is not a state, there's not a single state that does more for our Teachers of the Year, for our district winners and our state winner than Alabama. And a lot of that credit goes to Ms. Starks. Dr. Michael Sibley, who heads communications for us and leads this section. Ed Crenshaw beside him, our whole communication team works so hard on this. So, now I want to go to some other special guests. On the front row, we have our State Board of Education members tonight. We couldn't do this without our board members. We have a few board members that couldn't make it with us tonight, so I'm going to say first, of course, many of you know the structure. Governor Kay Ivey is the president of the board. She is not able to join us tonight, but sent Mary Kate Ellis. I'm not sure where Mary Kate is. Mary Kate is here with us from the governor's office. Two of our board members, Marie Manning and Belinda McCrae, both had something to come up with their husbands and were not able to make it tonight, but sent their regrets. So our winners from District 7 and District 6, your board member won't be here with you to take some photos later, but we're going to get plenty of photos of you anyway, and hopefully you'll get to catch up with them at a later time. I know they both regret not being here tonight. District 1, Mrs. Jackie Ziegler is with us. From District 2, Mrs. Tracy West. From District 3, Mrs. Stephanie Bell. District 4, Dr. Yvette Richardson. District 5, Dr. Tanya Chestnut. And District 8, Dr. Wayne Reynolds. We have some superintendents who are with us. Several of the superintendents came to join us tonight, and also some principals. So I'm going to ask my principals and superintendents, would you please stand? Some of them are, yeah? The weather will hold off till our program is over. Most of them have been doing weather calls. And we're going to try to move on because we know some of you have to get on the road tonight, try to beat the weather. But thank you to our superintendents and principals for joining us and honoring these teachers tonight. We've got some of our education groups here. I know that I saw Sally Smith. I know I saw Dr. Susan Brown, the president of the Alabama Education Association. Sally is, here we go, Sally Smith with Alabama Association of School Boards, Whitney Nichols with CLASS. I don't know if we have some others, but I'm going to ask all my Education Association folks to stand for a moment. Okay? There we go. There we go. I don't know how theater people do this in the round. I don't like this people being behind me also, so I can't find everybody. So we also have, I want to ask these people all to stand. We've got our Milken educators, some other than the 16 down here, former teachers of the year, some system level teachers of the year. And then we have some folks here who are with us from universities and colleges. So some other educators in the room, I'll ask them to all please stand, be recognized. It's a good number. There we go, some folks I recognize. This program also couldn't happen without our district judges of the year. So we have some folks who have served as judges. And judges, I want to ask you, you may not want to be recognized, but at least wave at us if you've judged the Teacher of the Year program. Dr. Fight, got several folks. Thank you. That's always a tough one. That's a tough one. Thank y'all for serving as our district level and state level judges. And then, of course, my staff. I'm going to ask my staff to all wave. Some of them have been out too. They're all kind of sitting here together. We've got folks around the room. So it takes a lot of people to put this together. And as I mentioned, we actually do have the best program in the state, in the country, not the state. And it's kind of nice to go to, outside the state and be able to brag on the really good things that are going on in Alabama. And part of that is we have the most fantastic sponsors of this program. Now, I'm going to ask you to take your program out and just look. If you go over the first page, there's a thank you to all of our corporate sponsors. And then if you continue to the next page, you will see several awards. So these are different things that different sponsors provide, including cash that helps pay for this system, for the recognitions. We do have some cash awards that are going to our finalists tonight. And then I do want to point out just 3 special ones, though, that I have to. So first of all, Paul Pinion is with us tonight from Alpha. He didn't know he was going to be recognized, but Alpha provides a Teacher of the Year car for the year, which I understand Mr. Norris has put to great use this year because his son wanted to be taken to the prom in the car or something like that. Maybe didn't want to be, but I know he's put a lot of miles on the car this year. I just saw the picture of the new one. So, Paul, thank you to you and Alpha for sponsoring a car for us every year. That got me in the most trouble with my colleagues. They said, "You provide a what?" And I said, "Well, you should go talk to your insurance providers in the state about that because they get great recognition out of it." But it really is very nice to have that from Alpha. This year we have another new sponsor, and I think Chanjanika Grayson is with us. I met her outside earlier. She's here somewhere. And Mary Clara McDougall. So Alabama Power is a new sponsor this year, and they are providing a cash grant to our winners. And also, long time, the Data Recognition Corporation has been a sponsor and provides cash for our winner. And so I know we did have Ann Payne and Sandy Weiss here with us. Are they here from Data Recognition Corporation? Thank you all for the work that you do, for what you put into this. So because of that, we are able to give special prizes and gifts to our teachers. The reception and all upstairs, again, you see in the program, I won't go through all of them, but if it had not been for this list of very generous folks, we would not provide all that. None of your state tax dollars goes to pay for anything you have seen or will see or will receive. It all comes from donations. So thank you very much to the folks who make that happen. Now, I think that it is my opportunity to turn it over to am I right? Is it Kevin's turn to come to the microphone? So Kevin Pughley is our alternate teacher of the year currently, our 2023-24 alternate teacher of the year. And he is going to come forward and make some comments, and then he's going to turn it over to Jeff Norris, who is our current teacher of the year. For those of you who don't know this, these 4 on the front probably know. Again, I'm stalling for a little bit for them, just to torture as long as possible. So we get 4 finalists, which is 2 secondary and 2 elementary. And then we will name tonight an alternate teacher of the year. And if that person is secondary, then we'll have the teacher of the year will be elementary. So one of them will be secondary and one will be elementary. And they get to do a lot of wonderful things for us. Of course, the teacher of the year gets to go on some really good trips, both in-state and out-of-state. But I would say this again to all of you, and I'll get a few more chances to speak tonight, but you are all super winners, and you are all great representatives for education in this state. And that's why this is one of the most fun nights of the year for me, because we get to really celebrate the people who are touching the lives of children and making a difference every single day. So, Mr. Pughley, I will turn it over to you.
Good evening. First, I'd like to start out by thanking a few people, which I see we're already going through that this year. So, I'd like to thank Dr. Eric Mackey, the superintendent of the state of Alabama, for allowing me this opportunity, the Alabama Board of Education and the members, the Alabama Teacher of the Year program, and Miss Ann Starks for providing me this opportunity to serve as an ambassador across our state. But I also want to offer thanks to Hoover City Schools, my home, and Berry Middle School for allowing me the opportunity to be in the classroom this year, but also at times to step out and meet the wonderful educators across our state and inspire them. And I want to offer a final thanks to my wife and my family. I would not be the educator that I am today without their love and support. Anytime that I've ever come home with a crazy idea, like taking students to Houston and Johnson Space Center, she said yes. And she has supported me through every endeavor of my educational journey. Now, serving as Alabama Secondary Teacher of the Year and Alternate Teacher of the Year has been an honor. And I want to give you a few of the highlights of my year. First, I had the opportunity to visit several schools and meet with teachers and students and hear about their goals and their aspirations for the future. I also had the opportunity to go and speak at several universities and meet these aspiring teachers who are going to impact the future of Alabama. I also had the opportunity to speak at many conferences, sharing my story of why I became an educator, best practices, feeding back into those who fed into me. But I also have to give one more thanks. I had the opportunity to develop a friendship with now a close friend named Jeffrey Norris, who, little did I know, was just 5 miles down the road from me, and we had never met before. And in our many journeys across the state, we've developed a true friendship and learned from each other. But now what I want to do is I want to give you a few little notes and leave you with this. And that is 1 in 8 billion. And this is the science teacher in me. There are 8 billion people on Earth, 341.5 million people in the United States, 5 million people who call this great state home, almost 48,000 teachers in the state of Alabama, and you are among the 16 best our state has to offer. Now, the reason that you became, yes, absolutely. The reason that you became a teacher and you continue to strive to be the best educator you can go back to several reasons. Mentors who fed into you, who inspired you, who also gave you that shoulder to cry on when things were tough or difficult, but pushed you to move forward. Maybe it was a parent who helped you to set goals and aspirations, held you accountable at times when you needed that. Or maybe they served as an educator, showing you what education really can be. Or maybe it was childhood dreams, where you played with dolls or you had your siblings come play school with you and you knew that's where you always were meant to be. But we know that it's your students that you show up every day for. It's your students that help build that desire to be a teacher and continue to develop as an educator, working daily to improve your craft, aka what I call your masterpiece. Now, your hard work, your dedication, your perseverance, willingness to help your students and others find success in this profession are the reason that you're on this stage right now. Now, I've had the opportunity to meet most of you. I also had the opportunity to read about the wonderful work that you're doing. And here's some of the things that I picked out from each and every one of our 16 finalists. Bringing STEM into the social studies classroom, teaching family members to read, creating a school garden for all to enjoy, developing an immersive experience for students in the library, developing a running club that involves the community and family members of students, creating an ACES program that offers help to students outside of school hours, creating a mentor program connecting new students with veteran teachers, getting over $10,000 in grants to start a robotics program, inspiring students to become the next generation of great fashion designers, inspiring students with math manipulatives, and exploring the metamorphosis of a butterfly, building life lessons into difficult math lessons so that students can understand the how and why, preparing students for AP exams and helping them challenge themselves beyond the classroom, working for the inclusion of every student in the building as well as the importance of self-care, creating an immersive experience. I'm sorry, but I appreciate the work that you do, and this inspires me. Creating an immersive experience for students as they learn about immigration, helping students be hands-on when learning about the digestive system in a way that they will remember the rest of their life, and giving students a voice for the first time and helping them communicate their needs. 2 things stick out to me as I read this list. First, each of you are living out your purpose and gift in life. Second, the impact each of you have on your students and across our state, helping students find, develop, and eventually live out their purpose and gift to impact our global world of 8 billion, maybe the next astronaut who steps foot on Mars, or the 341.5 million in our country as the future president of the United States of America, or the 5 million in our great state of Alabama as a business entrepreneur, a police officer, a doctor, a nurse who serve our state so well. Or they may very well be one of 48,000 who sit in the very seat you are today. There is one thing that is true. You serve a profession of one that impacts 8 billion others. Thank you and congratulations. Now, I'd like to invite up my friend, my colleague, our Alabama Teacher of the Year, Jeffrey Norris.
I think I dared him not to call me Jeffrey, and he did 3 times in that. I've had about a year to prepare for this moment, and quite honestly, I don't think I'm prepared for this moment, and I will try to get through it without getting too emotional. Dr. Mackey, state school board members, distinguished guests, finalists, how else can I begin but without these 2 words, thank you. Thank you for pouring into Alabama students each day. Thank you for leading by example and using your voice to make our schools, communities, and our state a better place to live and learn. Thank you for being a role model for both new and veteran educators. Most of all, thank you for being you. Alabama's Teacher of the Year is not an award for the best teacher in the state, for someone who has all the right answers, or for someone who can always stand behind a microphone and speak eloquently, thank goodness. It means you represent a group of people who put students first and whose passion is contagious. You have the amazing opportunity to become an ambassador for all the wonderful things happening in Alabama's classrooms. And I hope I've continued the amazing legacy that was laid before me by many of our previous state teachers of the year. I know I could not have done it without support from a large group of people, and you've heard many of these names already. Mrs. Ann Starks, Mr. Ed Crenshaw, Dr. Michael Sibley, Dr. Eric Mackey, Dr. Lewis Brooks, my local superintendent, my family, my wife Sarah, and our 2 children have shown me patience and grace and this never-ending love throughout the year. And then, gosh, Kevin, you had to say such nice things. This is when I go off script and it's scary. So I don't love to drive. I love to drive when I have somebody next to me that I can have powerful conversations with. And you need to find that person in your life, and Kevin is that person for me. So find those teachers and enjoy the moment. In my journey over the last 19 years, I've learned one major thing. Each of us is an absolutely essential leader if we're going to make a difference in the lives of children, and we are in the life-changing business. Your leadership comes not from a position you currently hold or a position that you might hold in the future. It comes from your passion, a passion that stems from within and is the reason you became a teacher in the first place. Over the years, I've always created these large wall-sized quotes or mottos in my classroom or in schools where I've been an administrator or a teacher. I've had these sayings like, dream big, words are powerful. This past year in my math classroom, attitude determines direction, choose positive. I truly believe that words hold power and can create change. Words you say to yourself, words you say to others, can be used to build yourself and others up, or they can be used to devastate. Having said that, I've also heard that actions speak louder than words. Maya Angelou is quoted as saying, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. In my classroom, I'm reminded that everything I say and everything that I do is important, but most important is the way I make my students feel each day. I only get each day once, so I make the most out of it. As Joe Sanfilippo says, every interaction matters because every interaction could be the one they talk about the rest of their lives. I hope my students know they're seen and heard and are important to me. In my math class, you would think I spent most of my time teaching math strategies and math content, Dr. Anderson. I do spend a lot of time learning new and innovative ways to teach math, but I spend the vast majority of my time teaching kids to believe they can do math. More important than learning the math standards is that if students believe they can do hard things, they'll become resilient in other areas. If they enjoy working hard and they realize that learning can be fun, they're set up for a lifetime of success. If I help them feel this way through my words and through my actions, I've had a meaningful day. Over the past 19 years, I can't honestly say that teaching has gotten easier. But I can tell you now more than ever that teaching matters. First-year teachers need to hear this. Really, all teachers need to hear this. Teaching is hard, but teaching is worth it. When you realize you can literally change the lives of your students, you're able to firmly grasp the weight of your actions and the intentionality of your decisions. Teaching is hard, teaching is worth it. As weighty as that last sentence sounds, teaching is also fun and exciting, right? Each day brings new opportunities to smile and laugh and make memories with your students. I appreciate being part of a profession that wants to have meaningful days, that hopes our students know they are seen and heard and that they're important to us. I've been honored to represent the fantastic educators of Alabama, and it's been my great pleasure to visit others around the state, sharing a message of optimism and excitement and passion. You can read it on my face, right? As I've traveled, my favorite parts have not been the big moments with flash photography and standing behind microphones, but small group discussions, reading to kindergarten classrooms, crafting visions of what innovation could look like in our schools, and powerful conversations in small hallways. These small moments are what make me confident that our students are in the right place and that a teacher's impact is far from small. On the first day of school, I tell my students they will always be Norris kids. They'll always be mine, and I will love them like they're my own. I'll love them through their successes and their failures, through their great days and their not so great days, through their laughter and through their tears. And I know they'll always be my kids because I'll forever be a Moody kid, a Scruggs kid, and a Crump kid. Teachers who impacted me at the time and whose impact I still feel daily. I'm thankful for the moments, both small and big, that have made me the student, teacher, leader, and ambassador for education that I am today. I encourage each of you to make every moment count and to use your position, whatever it may be, to have a positive, passionate impact on the students of Alabama. Thank you. This is the fun part. Now I get to introduce our winners. All right, so this is what you really came for, right? We're going to start in district order. So we'll actually start with District 1 elementary winner, Miss Shelley Grimes.
Y'all are going to have to apologize. I'm going to have to read it. But I will say that my kindergarten and first grade kids are going to be really jealous that I got to go first today. So I can't wait to tell them and brag. I'm honored and humbled to be here tonight amongst all of these amazing educators. It's a true privilege to represent the wonderful teachers at Brookwood Elementary, Enterprise City Schools, and District 1. I am so thankful that the Lord opened a door for me, to transfer within the system to Brookwood 2 years ago. Although change is hard for me, It was just what I needed to bring back that passion for education, for teaching, and for being with my students and the best PE team. Thank you to Dr. Martin, Ms. Bradshaw, Dr. Thomas, Dr. Kane, and Ms. Hughes for being so supportive of our physical education program. Thank you to my husband and daughters that are here tonight for always being loving and supporting even when I've had really bad days. And to my parents who came tonight, who showed me what a good work ethic looks like. And one of the most special things about this year is that 25 years ago, my mom was Teacher of the Year for her school, her system, and her District 1. So it's just going to be something that I'm going to always remember forever. Thank you.
District 1 Secondary Teacher of the Year, Riley Baxter.
Hold on 1 minute.
Okay.
Yes. I would like to start by saying how honored I am to be District 1 Secondary Teacher of the Year and represent Enterprise High School, Enterprise City Schools. I'm not originally from South Alabama, and when I moved to South Alabama, I had a couple people who poured into me and allowed me the opportunity to teach at Enterprise High School, and I could not thank them more. So thank you to Dr. Brent Harrison and Josh Robertson for giving me the opportunity to teach at Enterprise High School. Thank you to Mr. Sauls and Mr. Zell Thomas for still pouring into me to this day and making sure that I'm inspired and encouraged each and every day. Thank you to my family, my parents, and my husband, my daughter and son, just for giving me the passion to do what I do every day. And most of all, thank my Lord and Savior for giving me the passion to be an educator. I also want to thank all of my students for being just awesome. Without them, there is no such thing as a teacher. And so I have the best students in the world, and I'm so thankful for them. I appreciate all of you, and congrats to all of our finalists.
Congratulations to District 2 elementary winner Deanna Hooks.
Take a deep breath. I'm very excited to be here tonight. I'm very honored. I'm very humbled to be here. It is a great honor to represent, first of all, just starting at my elementary school, Pick Elementary, when the faculty and the staff recognized me. That was such a huge honor right from the beginning, and it set a teacher on this crazy path. My school system that I work for, thank you for just allowing me to be able to do the job that I do. Auburn City Schools is a great school system to work for. They support teachers, they encourage us, and I'm very pleased to represent District 2. It's a great honor to stand here and know that I am representing over 40,000 teachers in the job that we do every day. When I thought about what I wanted to say about why I'm still doing this job after 34 years, I kept coming back to one thing, and that was that it really matters so much, that it's such an important job, that every time I go and I work hard and I give my 100% effort, I know that it's making a difference. So one of the ways that I try to make a big difference in my school is to make learning fun. I want every kid to think when they walk in that door, they are about coming to Disney World. So I try to, create magical spaces. We transform into a pirate ship. We have the Grinch goodie shop. Sometimes we'll have a circus in the library. But I think it's so important that kids connect with books, and they connect that learning is fun, and this is the place that they want to be. So that's why I get up every day and do my job, and I just thank you all for allowing us as educators to do the work that we do. Thank you.
Congratulations to our District 2 Secondary Teacher of the Year, Katie Dye.
I'm honored and humbled to receive this award. First and foremost, though, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to God. It's His guidance and blessings that have allowed me to be able to fulfill my calling as a teacher. And I firmly believe that He has orchestrated every step of my journey. I also want to extend my sincere appreciation to my colleagues and my administrators, Coach Drummond and Ms. Yarber. Thank you for all that you do for us daily. Your support and your collaboration are invaluable to us. Teaching is not a solitary endeavor, and it thrives on all of us working together as a family. To my students, you are the reason I do what I do, and thank you for all that you do. And to my family, I'm deeply indebted to you. Your unwavering love, encouragement, and understanding, you're my rock. You stand by me through the challenges and triumphs of this profession. Without your support, none of this is possible. To my husband, Eric, and my sons, Tate and Dax, thank you for the countless hours you spend in my classroom each year. To my parents, my grandparents, my sister and brother-in-law, thank you for always helping a lending hand when needed. Thank you for providing resources to make my ideas and dreams possible. Lastly, I want to express my gratitude to the selection committee for this prestigious honor. Your recognition of this motivates me to continue doing what I do. Thank you again for this opportunity, and thank you.
Let's give a round of applause for District 3 Teacher of the Year, Elementary Teacher of the Year, Deborah Stringfellow.
First of all, I just want to share that I'm thrilled to be here tonight. After almost 40 years in education, I'm still going strong. I love every day I get to walk into a classroom and build relationships with students. I get to build relationships with parents and children. I get to instill a love of learning, the same love of learning that was instilled in me in a South Alabama school. Early in my education career as a student, teachers poured into me daily. School was a place I found joy and excitement and wanted to return to. My parents, as you may have read in my bio, gave up their drive to be able to go to school to support a family. And so I wanted to continue that legacy. And to me, it's the best job in the world. Who else gets to affect the present and the future? At this time, I just want to share how honored and fortunate I am to be in the room with so many distinguished teachers. The 16 of us represent a whole world of teachers who come in each day with the same excitement and love for what they do. I want to offer my congratulations to this impressive group here, and it just validates all of our commitments to learning. The fact that we get to impact each kid's life. I also want to thank the people that are here that support me, the district, my principal, my family. I have 3 children who've journeyed along with me from my undergraduate to my graduate degree, through national board certification twice, through my gifted endorsement, through middle school endorsement, and so the journey's been part of theirs at the same time. My family's been supportive and helped to enrich my teaching experiences. I've had teachers all along the way and to this day that still continue to pour into me and make me who I am. I also want to thank all of the teachers who've come before me, all the people that helped to make this program tonight possible. If I leave at the end of my career and having done what I've done each day and instilling a love of learning in children, then my life has mattered. My classroom is a mission field, and my mission is for them to succeed in the future. Thank you.
Let's honor District 3 Secondary Teacher of the Year, Kira Ledbetter Aaron.
I've often heard it said that we stand in the shade of trees we don't plant, and that is certainly the case for me tonight. I'm here because of all the people who have poured into me and taught me how to love God and love people. To my grandparents who established the family business of education by serving the students and families of Auburn University for decades, thank you. To my parents who believed in hard work at home and in their classrooms, thank you. To my sisters who were my very first students, however willingly, and constant supporters. To my husband and our 3 precious children who have taught me how to use every Promethean board I've ever used and have endured my grading of papers during halftime and between innings of countless games. Thank you. To my superintendent, Dr. Todd Freeman, thank you so much for encouraging collaboration in Vestavia Hills City Schools, for your support of teamwork and the teachers and students in your schools. To my principal, Mr. Bill Mann, who responds with gusto to all of my wild text messages with crazy ideas. Thank you. To my assistant principal, Ms. Jennifer Brown, you are just the most incredible motivator. Thank you. To my colleagues in the English department, my lunch bunch, all of the wonderful educators of Smith Station and Elba and Troy and Vestavia Hills, you are the reason that I'm here today. And to my precious students, you're the reason I come to work, and I love you.
District 4, Elementary Teacher of the Year is Shariah Aaron.
I'd just like to say that I'm so grateful to God for choosing me to impact the lives of some of the most vulnerable little people in the world, children. And I'm so humbled and grateful for this opportunity to represent the 48,000 teachers in Alabama and to represent the literacy coaches across the state that's busting their butts to get these babies where they need to be. I'm also grateful for my family, my husband and my kids who are here with me, who push me each and every day and who just help me to keep going. They push me. I'm thankful to the teachers and scholars at Sun Valley Elementary and all of the scholars in Birmingham City Schools, because that's why I get up every day, to go and support them. And it's an honor to support them. Thank you to Ms. Stitt and Dr. Tippett and Dr. Sullivan for all of their support of their teachers. And this is just an amazing opportunity to stand before you and say thank you.
We'll now honor the District 4 Secondary Teacher of the Year, Dr. Sarah Moland.
Okay. All right, be patient. I have to put my glasses on. Get to that age where you gotta need them. All right, good evening. Again, my name is Dr. Moland. I'm a career tech teacher. Sometimes those teachers kind of get overlooked a little bit, but I teach the fashion program at Jackson Olin High School. I also teach home ec. Some of us know that they don't call it home ec anymore. They call it family, family consumer sciences. But yeah, in my day, it was called home ec, so I teach home ec. I've been teaching for 21 years, and first I want to give honor to God, who ordered my footsteps into teaching and gave me the passion to sew. I know I didn't get here by myself, and I only have 2 minutes, so unfortunately I can't name everyone in my life, but I want to acknowledge a few people, a few people. First of all, Birmingham City School System for giving me an opportunity to teach, and Birmingham City School Teacher of the Year Committee and Coordinator, Dr. Tippett, for all their help. My principal, Dr. Nicole Davis-Williams, all the teachers at Jackson Olin High School that are doing a phenomenal job. The CTE department that helps support all the CTE teachers, Ms. Cottrell, Ms. Brooks, Dr. Cox, and Ms. Gibson. All the old head teachers that gave me advice along the years, especially retired program specialist Carol Ricketson. All the students that pointed out my mistakes and hurt my feelings. But it did help me to grow. My kids, Sean, Vernon Jr., and Olivia, for their patience and understanding, and 2 of those became teachers. Last but not least, I want to thank my father and mother for being good work ethic examples, good examples of work ethic. And I dedicate this award to my mother, who passed away in January. She inspired me to sew, and this award is for her. Thank you.
Congratulations to District 5 Elementary Teacher of the Year, Laura Fennell.
Thank you. This is such a great honor. I truly love what I do, and I appreciate the committee selecting me to represent my district. There are so many people that have loved me and supported me to help me become the teacher that I am today. I couldn't possibly stand up here and thank all of them, but I must begin by thanking the people that are most important to me, and that's my family. My husband and my 2 children stand beside me and support me in anything and everything I do, and I love them more than anything, more than they will ever know. I have been lucky enough to spend my entire career in Autauga County schools. That's 25 years in Autauga County schools. Not only in the same county, but in the same school and in the same grade level. Thank you, Mr. Woodfin, for leading our county and working hard every day to make our system a great place to be. Ms. Kristen Harry, for the last 8 years, you've been a great leader and mentor. Thank you for always believing in me and supporting me in everything. Outside our classroom doors, we have quotes posted that are meaningful to us. And the quote that I chose was from the author Roald Dahl. And it's somewhere inside all of us is the power to change the world. As teachers, we encourage our students to always do their best in everything they do. And we do that so that they will know that they have the power to change the world. Thank you again for this honor, and congratulations to all the other honorees.
We'd like to honor District 5 Secondary Teacher of the Year, Nasa Countryman. She is unfortunately not able to be here tonight, but I do think we have a representative from her school system to accept her award.
On behalf of Ms. Countryman, she recently welcomed her first child into the world a few weeks ago, so she could not be here tonight. But on behalf of her, I cannot begin to tell you how much of a wonderful teacher she is. I've hit it out of the park in hiring her. Dr. Mackey, I'm going to point out, I've actually hired 2 teachers here today that are up for Teacher of the Year with Miss Baxter back there, not to point that out or anything, but in all seriousness, Ms. Countryman is a wonderful teacher. I wish I could clone her and have 110 teachers just like her. She does a phenomenal job connecting with students each and every day that she's at work, and is a credit to profession. And so we're very fortunate, very lucky to have her at Saraland High School. I'm sure she would echo the same thing, and we're lucky to have her. And so, but again, thank you for recognizing her tonight, to all of our teachers. To our finalists tonight, congratulations. You're doing the profession a true credit and a true service, and you're the reason why education is striving in the state of Alabama, and we appreciate you. Thank you.
Join me in congratulating District 6 Elementary Teacher of the Year, Janet Kuczynski.
Well, just like all of the candidates have said, I am so honored, and it's surreal almost to even be here. I like what our previous Teachers of the Year said. It's not about being the best teacher, because there are 48,000 teachers out there that are wonderful, amazing educators, but it's about the heart, and it's about that relationship that we have with our students and the love that we have. And I'm so honored that my colleagues that see me at my best and at my worst every day looked at me and said, we want to nominate you at my local school. That means the most. The people that you work with every day feel like you're doing a good job. And so I work with phenomenal educators, and I just am so thankful for that nomination that set me on this path, something I never even really aspired to. I just do my job every day. And as a special educator, I'm very seen. They call me Miss K, and when there's a problem, they're calling for me to help with some of our most challenging students. But I just want to thank the board and Dr. Mackey and all the people that have come before me. I thank my principal, who's here tonight, Dr. Finkley. I appreciate her support. She's given me so many opportunities to share de-escalation strategies and things that we need right now with our students that are having a hard time. And I'm thankful that I can share that. I thank Oxford City Schools. I'm so honored to represent Oxford and have a colleague as well. It's our first time to be recognized as part of the Sweet 16, and we're very excited to do so. I thank Dr. Stanley. And I thank my district representative, Ms. Manning, and I'm sorry that she couldn't be here tonight. But most of all, I want to thank my Lord and Savior. I truly believe that teaching is a calling. I was called to this. I didn't plan on doing this, but God called me, and I know that each one of these here was also called because He has a plan. And I tell my students that He has a plan for their lives as well. So thank you so much. I want to thank my family that's here today. And as a special educator that was called, I thank my son Kyle, who came as a special needs student. God called me to this and enabled me to do this, and it was for a purpose. And so I dedicate this award to Kyle tonight that's here. Thank you so much.
Let's give a round of applause for District 7 Secondary Teacher of the Year, Jennifer Dassinger.
First and foremost, I'm just going to correct my very good friend Kevin. I am District 6, but thank you, Kevin, for that. It's okay. He was so nervous about my name. But first of all, I I just want to thank y'all so much for this wonderful honor, for not just me, for these wonderful recipients tonight. We are so humbled to be here, and this is such a huge honor for our state and for our students and for our co-faculty. First of all and foremost, I want to thank my family, and I want to point out my father and my mother. If you're a military, could you please stand at this time? Come on. Thank you. So, my father and my mother was an educator, but she had to move because of us moving with my father. And the dedication to this country and to his service, and now my own son who is serving in the military, I honor y'all so much for everything that you do every day. But educators, we honor ourselves tonight, and we honor our dedication. So I've also brought along some people that I would like to point out that pointed on my journey to this moment. And my first superintendent and principal that got me on to this journey was Miss Claire Dryden. If you'll please stand, I appreciate that. My director for A+ College, where I get to work with educators around the state, new and veteran teachers to give that passion back for science and in the classroom, and motivating other teachers in our profession, no matter where we're at. So Mallory Harp, if you'll please stand. And then, last but not least, Dr. Shannon Stanley for her leadership in Oxford City Schools. My lovely co-worker now at my elementary school that I get to share with this lovely evening tonight, Janet, and my principal, Heath Harmon. He is here tonight. Mr. Harmon, if you'll please stand. Oh, no, he's going to. He took a lot of dedication and invested in me and my journey where I am here tonight, and my lovely daughter who just graduated from the University of Alabama, my husband, Dr. Adam Dassinger, who's an educator for the elementary world and does a wonderful job, my son, and my lovely students and co-workers from the Oxford City Schools where I work and others. Thank you for your dedication, hard work, and inspiring me to where I am today. Thank you.
District 7, Elementary Teacher of the Year, Missy Bryan.
Thank you. This recognition is not just an acknowledgement for me, but it is a confirmation that all of my colleagues are doing great things. You are celebrating all of them through me tonight. So thank you from all of us at Jasper City Schools. Because without the support that I receive from my colleagues, the nudges to act on my ideas, the brainstorming sessions, hunkering down with me during the pandemic and coming out as stronger teachers, the leaders at the top of our system and within our building who have encouraged me and sent me to some amazing professional development, without all of them, I would not be standing here tonight. It has been the ultimate privilege to spend every day in a classroom doing what I love. What a gift. All of us are here tonight because special educators poured into us at just the right time with exactly what we needed. So much so that we ourselves wanted to be that difference maker for others. And I was blessed with 5 teachers: Brenda Phillips at Hoax Bluff Elementary School, and 4 teachers from Central High School in Tuscaloosa: Jim Chestnut, Phyllis Ward, Janet Crowder, and Pam Sloan. Each of those educators changed me in remarkable ways. I have been surrounded by the best support system. My Savior is with me every day and never fails. My community embraced me decades ago. My mom was a retired Alabama school teacher with over 30 years experience. My dad prays fervently for me every single day. My sister Liz has been my best friend my entire life. And my husband Bob and son Jack, who thankfully understand how important my students are to me and how much I value being a lifelong learner so that I can reach my students and my colleagues in new ways. I am truly blessed to be in a profession that I love and to be recognized tonight. Thank you so much.
District 7, Secondary Teacher of the Year, Andrew Frank.
I once heard a quote that said, we are all born with unique gifts and talents. If we lean into them, the world will be a better place. Well, I have to say sorry to God, because for a long time, I leaned away from it. And then, through a lot of divine intervention, he got me here. So thank him for never giving up on me. To my wife, my best friend, I love you. You're a phenomenal mother, you're a phenomenal wife, and you're a phenomenal teacher. She teaches elementary, and there's not enough money in the world that could get me to do what y'all do. Not happening. They say I'm crazy for sticking with middle schoolers, but no, ma'am. No. To my daughter, Allie. Hey, sweet girl, I love you. I'm a better dad because I'm a teacher, but I'm a better teacher because I'm a dad. Hey, sweet girl. To Governor Ivey, Dr. Mackey, Mr. Norris, thank you for your leadership and guidance. To Ann Starks, I've known her now for 2 years, and that is a phone call I always pick up, so thank you. To Dr. Shaw, for your leadership in Florence City Schools and your guidance. I greatly appreciate you, and for bringing me to Florence City Schools, I thank you. Mr. Weisman risked a year sleeping on the couch to steal me away from his wife, who I worked for previously, to get me to Florence City. And I appreciate him working so diligently to get me here. Dr. Bowling, it's been a year, hasn't it? And you've weathered a lot of storms, and we love you. And we'll be in the trenches with you every single day. To Mr. Bonds, my best friend, you were the missing link at Florence Middle School. And bringing you in as Dean of Students was the best thing we could ever done, so thank you. To every custodian, school resource officer, front office lady and gentleman, Mr. Russell, to my paraprofessional who's with me every day, to the social studies department that I get to lead, to all the teachers. This is not my award, this is Florence Middle School's award. And lastly, to my students, all the ones I've had over my 13-year career, and to Dr. Pageant and to Dr. Bibby, who are great partners with me, thank you very much.
Let's congratulate District 8 Elementary Teacher of the Year, Shannon Williamson.
I would like to start by thanking my superintendent who drove all the way down here to support me, and he's new to our district, and we had a banquet the other night, and he closed it by telling all of us there that he loved us, and he couldn't tell us how much he loved us, but to just stand back and watch him try. And just to be inspired that way, to know that the top of my system has told me to just step back and watch him try, how awesome is that? So I want to thank him. I want to thank Dr. Mackey, the board, state board, and all of those that put this together for the opportunity tonight to meet such inspiring educators
and educators from across the state that have done just such wonderful things. I've made connections tonight with people that just inspires me to go back into school tomorrow and be a better, stronger teacher than I was today. I want to thank Mr. Salisbury, who is our Director of Instruction, who this week went around serving his principals to show them what a servant leader is all about. And I thought, how awesome is that? He is stepping into that servant role for us, to inspire us. And so I want to thank him for that, and thank him for being that servant leader and inspiring us. I want to thank my principal, who, wow, what a chance he took. 2 years I came to him as we were all coming out of the pandemic. 2 weeks after the pandemic started, I was diagnosed with cancer. So I went through that. So I kind of came out of that just turning 50, just surviving cancer, just coming out of pandemic, and I ran into him and said, "What you got? I'm looking for something." And he said, "I've got a collaborative job." I said, "Ugh. I've been an administrator for 3 years. I've done PE for 17. I've done dance for 7. Why not? I'll do it." So he took a chance. I said, I don't have that yet. Let's go for it. Went home to my parents, so I got to thank them, because I said, "Can I go back to school again?" I got 2 teaching certificates. I need a 3rd, which means a 3rd master's degree, in addition to the bachelor's. And they gave me the scholarship of mom and dad and sent me back to school. So I can't help but thank them. My dad, who moved from Birmingham as an educator in the 60s to start a Grissom High School in Huntsville, Alabama, who led me into officiating for the Alabama High School Athletic Association that I just adore, state track meet this past weekend. He led me through that. My mother, who was a college professor and started the nursing practitioner program at UAH in Huntsville. So they sent me back. I went back to school, rushed through it, and went home to my children and said, "I'm going to try and go back to school and start a new career. How do y'all feel?" And I couldn't go it without my amazing daughter here, who's just graduated from Auburn with a science and physical science. It's close enough. And then went to UAB to get her master's in occupational therapy, who said, "Yeah, we can do this together, Mom." And I said, "But we're talking kids who can't walk, kids who can't talk. I've been dealing with middle schoolers. They can talk." She said, "We got this. We got this." So she helped me through college again after 50, and we've had those powerful conversations, those way powerful conversations. And she's taught me so much that today I was able to walk out of my classroom to get down here, and that little girl who 2 years ago they told me she's nonverbal, she won't tell you anything. She's in a wheelchair, she won't walk. She pulled herself up to that Sable and said, "Miss Will, come here now." Of course, I went there now. And she gave me a hug and said, "Don't go." So she stood, she said, "Don't go." And that's the best gift I could get. So thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Let's honor District 8 Secondary Teacher of the Year, Kristen Brown.
Well, I'm the caboose. That's the good news. First of all, I just want to thank everyone for being here tonight and supporting us all. I'd like to start out by thanking my husband. When I told him that I felt like I was being called to teach, he said, "What?" We had just bought a house and been there a year, and our daughter was in middle school. And so he goes, honey, go home, pray about it. Pray about it for 2 weeks, come back. If you still feel led, do it. And so I came back to him 2 weeks later, and I did it. It's not been easy, but when I walked into that classroom for the first time, it was the very first time I had ever walked into a classroom. My mentor, Sharon Holcomb, took me under her wing, and I was placed on a hall with nothing but veteran teachers who poured into me, who everything they have collected over their years poured into me wisdom. And when throughout that first year, I called my nursing friends and I cried, and I was like, it is not what you think. It is so hard. You can't step out of the patient's room. You're in there all day. All day. I was like, but you don't get to just clock out. You go home. But it made me tougher and it made me stronger. And the more I listened, the better I got. I would like to thank my daughter. As most of you know, or maybe have read, that I dropped out of high school my senior year because I got pregnant. And I learned quickly the value of education. And I refused for her to have that kind of life. And it's educators like the ones behind us who lean down and whisper, you can do this. It's the people in the industry, in the community who go, I'm going to help you, who listen. Now, I can't stress you enough, over the 8 years, I have been so fortunate to have a veteran teacher mentor me and support me. And when she retired, I was so heartbroken. And she goes, hey, you can add me to the pickup list. It's okay. And then I was like, you're exactly right. And we went on to adopt 4 children out of foster care. When you ask God why you've been through what you have been through, you understand when those kids come into your home. I teach in Madison City Schools. My principal has created a safe space for me to go to him with crazy ideas, and he goes, you can do it, you got it. And he'll tell me, now look for this, this, and this, but he had supported me, and I trusted everything he said. And because of that, I was able to further impact the children in our community, the military families who are moving into our community. To our superintendent, I get so tickled by this because I wanted to say some of the amazing things he does, but then I realized that my children are watching, so I can't. But here's the clue. Some of the amazing things he does, we model what we want our children to do and see, because they are our future and they are going to do what we are showing them. And so he goes around at Christmas dressed up as a really cool person. That's all I'm going to say about that. But for kids who don't realize that kind of stuff actually it gives them hope. I want to thank my community, my teachers at Liberty Middle School for everything y'all have done. My pod mates and at Midtown, those teachers and that principal, Ms. DeMeester, has poured everything she has into my kids. And because they show up, our speech pathologists, our OT, our PT, my kids are growing and being successful, and we are breaking generational cycles and statistics. So, thank you.
Well, thank you to everyone. This is certainly inspirational. I know that everybody in this room came expecting to be inspired, but if you didn't come to be expecting to be inspired, then you certainly are. So let me say this before all the excitement. We're about to announce our alternate teacher of the year, our teacher of the year. All of our teachers, when we finish, you cannot leave, I would normally say the stage, but the stage area here, your board members want to get pictures with you. I know some of your family members and folks you've brought with you want to get pictures, and we will stay as long as we need to do all that. We do have some other things we're going to say, though, right after we announce our alternate and our teacher of the year. And so these 4 finalists who are here with me, we'll have, again, one of our secondary and one of our elementary teachers. So without any further ado, I have here with me the 2024-25 alternate state teacher of the year, and a few things in the back. And this goes to Miss Kira Ledbetter Aaron with the Vestavia Hills City Schools. Congratulations. While she takes a deep breath so she can say something else, I have to point out that her family, or family of educators, and her father is one of my dear friends and one of our superintendents, Chuck Ledbetter. So congratulations to y'all for raising a great daughter. And microphone's yours.
Honestly, I wrote a few words down in case this happened, but I really didn't expect to have to use them, so I'm going to have to read this. Todd Whitaker says that most teachers have high expectations of their students, but great teachers have high expectations of themselves to ensure that their students get where they need to go. And this room is full of teachers who have high expectations of themselves. And it is my honor to stand among you today. Teaching is the people business, and we enter this field because we find joy in coming to work because we love kids, and we have hope in the future because we see what our students are capable of today. We're here not because of our own success, but because of the support and dedication of so many other people who pour into us and make us better every day. And it is my hope that we can share that joy and passion with others in our field so that together we can continue to build educators who encourage each other, build each other up, and build up their students so that we can together improve the quality of education in our state and continue to pour into the lives of the children of Alabama. Through mentoring programs and laughter and passion for teaching and learning, we can continue to speak life into and over each other. Thank you.
Congratulations to Miss Aaron. And so now, without having to build up too much more anticipation, I would like to announce that our 24-25 Alabama Teacher of the Year from the Elmore County School System, Airport Road Intermediate School, Miss Deborah Stringfellow, with her fan club. You get a moment to compose yourself also.
Before I say anything about the passion of teaching and education, I thank God I had an opportunity to take another minute to thank some very important people in my life. Got married at a really young age of 19. My husband and I worked our way through school. First generation high school graduate, first generation college graduate, and all of my children have gone to college and graduated with masters, doctorates. My granddaughter's here tonight. I'm here for her to set an example. I teach in Elmore County, which is the best hidden secret in the state of Alabama. I have a wonderful superintendent. the biggest cheerleader in the world, and my principal, Ms. Stevens. She came to the board meeting, her and my assistant principal, I'm not joking, with my face on a fan, hooping and hollering and singing my praises. I love that I get to get up each day and do what I love. I also have here Zell Thomas, Enterprise City Schools Superintendent, who worked with me in a small system in Delville City Schools. Title I, I have taught the majority of my career in a Title I school. I am so proud of the school I just recently moved to be near my granddaughter. This was my start of my third year this year. I really didn't see this coming. I went to school each day and did my job and tried to pour into those to keep them into the teaching profession because it is by far one of the best jobs in the world. My husband of 44, soon to be 45 years in just a few weeks, or 44, I may have lost count, God help me. But needless to say, he's cut and glued and stapled and built many a thing in his time. All of my children have been part of my education. The state of Alabama, I was born on Fort Rucker, which was known as Camp Rucker, and my classroom theme is that of a camp, where those who come feel welcome, and hopefully if they only get to stay for a little time, they've enjoyed their time there with us. I went to a small rural school in Alabama. I got my education in Alabama. And this is the icing on the cake, and I'm only here to represent all of you. But I also want to shout out to all my teammates at Elmore County Schools. Thank you for welcoming me, accepting me, and voting me for this honor. It is a privilege to represent the state of Alabama, and thank you again.
Thank you, Ms. Stringfellow. Congratulations again. As I said, I know there are lots of folks that want to do lots of pictures, so y'all all stay around. You are the movie stars tonight, and we want to honor you, and we thank you. And again, thank you for the work you do for children each and every day. I sincerely mean that for each of you. As you've already said up here, it really is a profession that is a calling, and I believe that too. And even though I'm state superintendent now, and have been for 6 years. When people ask me what I do, I still tell them I'm a teacher. And that's what I am deep in my heart and always will be. Again, a big thank you to our board members for the support that they lend to us so we could do this program. And if I know they want to come up and get some pictures with you. I know that other people are like sitting on the edge of their seat. Richard Dennis is like, would you sit down, Dr. Mackey, so I can come congratulate my teacher. Without any further ado, I thank you all for being here. Safe travels back. Let's do some. Oh, we got something else. Phil, I have missed something. So our sponsors, I mentioned our sponsors earlier. I don't think we've got any special programs tonight, though. Normally we do. Do we have some? There's something back there? Okay, we'll bring that thing forward here. Yes? The car, definitely. So Mr. Dennis, if it's okay, next Friday morning, we are going to come to Airport Road School and bring that car with us. And a bunch of people from...
Excellent. We'll probably have a crowd there to welcome you.
I bet you will. So next Friday, not this Friday, day after tomorrow, but a week from then, we're going to come to your school and bring that car. Mr. Pinion will be with me and lots of folks from Alpha Insurance, and very proud to bring you that. But we have something else. Come up here. There is something back here from the Alabama Power Foundation. We have a very special check. I don't know how you cash it. Come on.
My son works in the banking business.
Oh, her son's in a bank. Definitely he can get this cashed. $5,000 check.
Gosh, thank you so much.
Says, and I don't know, it's made out of the State Department of Education. Maybe it's my check. I don't know. Let's put this here. Thank you again, Alabama Power Foundation. There's another cash gift coming to you also from DRC, Data Recognition Corporation. So we'll be getting those things to you very soon. And now, without any further ado, you may rush the stage.
Look at that. It's like boom. Script.